Are you hosting Split the Pot due to Joe not working? Joe doesn't do the morning shows anyway. It's always been this way. I am hosting Joe. I am hosting tonight though. Where'd you go out for dinner? Just someone's house in West London. I should have gone out though. But yeah, it's all right. West London though, it's far from East London. Too far. And today, I'll probably have to say this again, but I changed the question structure slightly by, so today, they're all current events news questions because I felt inspired to try something different this morning. Good morning, Francis. So, today, it's all like current news questions. So if you read the news, everyone's saying, uh-oh. Some of them aren't that hard, but like I saw people complaining there's too many winners and Split the Pot as well. So I was like, well, I'll make it like more, like, I don't know. Some of them are tricky, some of them are easy. If you read the news though, I don't know, it's quite easy. And it's not like UK news. It's actually mostly, it's like a good mix news. West London, the best out of London. UFO questions. There could be a UFO question. Good morning, Bowl. Newspaper at 3 AM. Well, it's obviously not stuff today. News from 2003. I love 2010 to 13 were my favorite news years. So here's a fun fact. I don't know if it's that fun, but one of the guys that works for us, he I don't know if I should say it. I think I can say it though, but basically, I'm not gonna say it. I'll talk about it later. I'm too tired this morning. My ear is popping. Yeah, it's Friday morning. I'll keep my slightly inappropriate stories to myself in the morning. It's not really that controversial. I feel like I do that. But basically, a good travel hack, right, is if you want to go somewhere and you don't want to pay like expensive prices, you want to go where there's like a big incident there or something that happens kind of crazy. So my, so like, someone who works for us after 9/11 in 2001, his mum was like, oh, 9/11's happened, it's bad, but very cheap flights. So September 11th, the following year, booked tickets. No one wanted to fly that day. So super cheap tickets, super easy flying. And like, it happens with anything. Like if there's a big plane accident or something, just book tickets for the next day or for like the following year, because it's probably not going to happen twice, realistically. They're like once in a generation things. Exactly, lightning doesn't strike twice, and you get a good deal. Like, if you were like days after, probably great time to buy flights to go traveling. So there you go. That's my travel tip. Look for disasters and go based on that. Always good tips first thing in the morning. Well, it's now 8:05. So let's kick off. 120 people in this morning. Good morning. My name is Tim. This is more or less. No, it's not. It's Wake Up and Win, our daily MOAR trivia show every day in the morning UK time or in the afternoon where you are. It's very easy. There's 5 questions. The quicker you answer, the more points you get. And today, everyone over, what was it? Everyone over, I can't do anything. My fingers are working. Everyone over 30,000 points will get a split of our £25 prize, which is good. So let's go. Hello, Tim. Really unmute me on the server. What? I didn't mute anyone. I'll have a look though. Right. Question number 1 though, and I should say today, it is all news questions, right? It's all based on the news, topical news questions, which is very different to what is any other day, but I felt like news would be a good topic. So let's go for our first question. Okay, so my first question is about Travis King. Travis King is an American soldier who is very much in the news this week. But what did he do? Did he steal a drone, defect to Russia, or did he run into North Korea? This is quite a lot over the news, I think. Hopefully other people saw this happening. Cyber Goddess, getting it right. Well, yeah, so Travis did in fact run across the demilitarized zone into North Korea earlier this week, which 101 of you got right. Well done. 10 for stole a drone, 15 for defected to Russia. Yeah, Travis ran. He'd been due to fly back last week, where he was actually expected to face a disciplinary over a confrontation with local police that landed him in Korean custody for 1.5 months. And as he was going down the demilitarized zone, decided to run into North Korea. His sister also came out this week saying he's not the kind of guy that normally gets in trouble, which is interesting. Not sure what's going to happen to Travis, but hopefully he's well. I believe the US is currently negotiating a prisoner swap with him to get him back. But yeah, don't run into North Korea. That would be my advice. Technically though, cheap tours, that's right. Travis potentially taking tips from my friend's mum on how to get a good cheap holiday. Question number 2 though, we're moving on. This one could be harder slightly, but we know Twitter, right? Twitter is now X. You don't tweet, you X. Tweets going, the birds are going, kill the brand. What's the point of having birds in the brand anymore? It's X now. X is cool, like everyone used to think when they were a teenager. But my question about X is previously X.com was used for selling Teslas, selling hats, or sending people to Elon's Twitter. Now, I don't know how many people are going to get this right. This is one of the harder questions. See, hopefully not as many winners today. So you would maybe think it's Teslas, because obviously Elon and Teslas, or sending people to his Twitter. This is a real, I had to dig deep for this. No, it was in fact used for selling hats, which 33 of you got right. 38 for Teslas, 28 for selling Teslas, and 65. And yeah, so it was in fact pointing to the Borings company's website, which the aim was to promote. They were selling these Boring Company hats, of which they sold 30,000 of those hats. So yeah, X.com before Twitter, they were selling hats. It's probably a bit obscure, but that's a good bit of trivia to know. I think that's a good trivia to know. They did also sell flamethrowers, true. So you could say they were also for selling flamethrowers, but it was used for selling hats. He bought the domain back in 2017, I believe, from PayPal, who owned it, because he used to own a tech thing. But it's SpaceX, X.com. It's all X, isn't it? Right, 2 questions in. Let's look at my current news leaderboard. Who are the newsies amongst us? Apricots, Anna S, Falling Knife, Bowl, Philed, Evan Sabro, Indica, Gina, SJP, and Laura Mipsum, all being pro news. These are my first 2 questions, we'll see. But let's move on to question number 3. So, this week, right? Mitch McConnell. He, obviously a famous head of the House. I don't know if I'm brave enough to venture into American politics too much, but during a press conference this week, he did in fact freeze and stop talking. But my question is, during the press conference, his last words before freezing were, "Then we will, but the most, or under string of." Now, I've watched the video, and this is a hard question. This is quite a hard question, I'm not going to lie. I don't think anyone would find this easy. Such a random question. It's sort of random, but it's also in the news. The correct answer is, in fact, and a string of, was what he said. 47 of you getting that right, though. 46 going for Then We Will, and 28 for But the Most. Yeah, he was during his weekly address to the press, and yeah, after that, he just froze. I was looking up Mitch McConnell to find out what he does and what his deal is, and I saw he like filebusters a lot of things, which is pretty bad. And he also, after Joe Biden won, he refused to recognize Biden as the winner of the election, which is maybe a bit like, kind of, I don't know. But no matter what you think, he is pretty old, isn't he? Like, he is pretty old. And I don't know if like people, like, he is like pretty old, like really, really old. Maybe he should be like, I don't know if like he's right to be leading now, it seems. But like Americans, you do like particularly old leaders, don't you? It's like 79, 80 now, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know. There's my take on it. No one likes him. Okay, good. I don't want to say anything. Right, let's get rid of Mitch. He's gone now. And of course, you can't talk about the news this week without aliens. Aliens have been all over the news. Apparently they've been landing, and apparently only in the US. But my question is, what was said to be found at some of the crash sites? Was it non-human bioactives, non-human biologics, or alien biologics? I'm looking for the phrase. Aliens are here and coming. But yeah, the exact wording was non-human biologics, was here, which 47 you got right, well done. 36 going for non-human bioactives, my trap answer, and 25 for alien biologics. They didn't actually say the word alien, they just said non-human. I was watching a bit of this, and David Grusk, he was asked to substantiate the claims that UAPs have crashed, and he said he could not divulge in specific details, claiming that information was too sensitive to share with the public. However, he did say, and I'm quoting, "I had to be very careful, but what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing." Why? What's his wife seeing? What's his wife seeing? That's what I don't get. Like, how does his wife see those things? Is he taking it home? He didn't like say that, but I don't know. It seems a bit kind of crazy. It feels like more things from his wife's an alien. Exactly, that would make sense, wouldn't it? If you saw what my wife had seen, why would you say that in a congressional hearing about aliens? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Maybe he's an alien. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be great if he was like, "I am an alien" at the briefing? Right, one more question to go. But before we go, let's look at the leaderboards and see how we're doing. Apricots, News, Master, followed by Toten, Urban Sombrero, Breezy, E.G. Vickers, Asher, Anime Dan, Dival, yeah, Vacant Space. Right, so currently we only have 3 winners of Split the Pot. So my questions have reduced it. But we've got one more to go. And it seems like a lot of people have the chance to win. Just gonna get one more question right. Okay, last question. I messed up 50-50s. Yeah. Right, we'll go. US employees of which app have started unionizing this week? Is it Bumble, Tinder, or Grindr? One of these apps have started unionizing this week, in fact. Not massive news, but that was a question 5. Maybe when you think around the politicalness of it, it makes more sense, but it is in fact Grindr. Grindr was in fact unionizing, which 51 of you got right. 24 for Tinder, 25 for Bumble. Hard quiz today. It is a bit hard. Yeah, so Grindr employees, the union called, they cited legislative attacks on LGBTQ people and tech layoffs, the reason for organising, saying that over 297 anti-LGBTQ bills have been introduced across the US now, and more than ever, and it's important for Grindr employees to stand together and push back against the assaults on equality and inclusivity by joining together, so protecting their rights, which seems fine. Good on them. Right, let's look at the leaderboards. 1K short again. Take me off the winning splits. That's fine. Bold, don't worry. So, we got winners. Toten, Asher, Apricots, Vacant Space, Babylon, Hebridal, Devil, Urban Sombrero, Maxaplot, Yamra, Krishna, Spider23, Hulk, Bowl, Maria, Subda, Jumong, Swizzler, Microwave, Miss Donut, We Like Shapes, number 6. And that's it. 22 winners of our £25, which means that you're getting £1 13 pence added, which is an all right spot. Almost 25 winners. Well done for everyone for playing. I'm going to send out the winner sheet because this works now well. Hopefully you enjoyed our specific quiz around the news this week. Maybe it was a bit harder, but you know, you learn. 21 people. It's 20 people, isn't it? 21. No, yeah, Miss Donut. Okay, cool. Right, you'll now get your winners pop-ups. Well done for playing. Well done for playing. If you did win. If not, unlucky. It's all right though. We'll be back. We're going to go back later today at 3 p.m. for Sit the Pot, and I'll be back hosting MOAR Trivia at 8 p.m. tonight, and we've also got Beat Best Ken Ever at 8:30 this evening as well. So that's in about 12 hours from now. I'll be back here hosting more. Thank you so much for playing. And yeah, I'll be back later today. Enjoy the rest of your day or morning or evening. Goodbye.